Welcome. I will be sharing the audio version of my book, Against All Odds, The Inspiring Story of Khalid. If you want the written version, you can buy it on Amazon or read it for free on my website. Find both links below. Kindly like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Chapter 8. Khalid said no to bullies. While taking part in the training, he endured being bullied almost daily from Imran's clique. Just 5 weeks after the training, Khalid unexpectedly stood up to defend himself from the bullies with the help of David. After exchanging some insulting words, the fight began. Khalid and David for the first time used their fighting tactics in real life and ended up sparking Imran on the ground. Solomon, who was a giant, attempted to pick Khalid up and throw him away. Unfortunately for him, in a speedy movement, Khalid entered between his legs through the back, and then gave him a kick in between his legs. Immediately, Zara and most of the class members started cheering him up for standing up to the bullying that most of them faced, which Mr. Brown always ended with a warning or preaching. That was the first day that Khalid realized 2 important things in his life. One was that it feels good to make people feel good, while the second was that it is easier and more interesting to enjoy a process when you set a desirable goal. That day, Khalid broke his promise of resuming his Islamia school after achieving his goal. Instead, he went to his usual training. After the training, he cunningly dressed up like he was coming back from the Islamia like he used to. Just when he was about to arrive home, he met with Imran's clique with some other unknown faces. Khalid attempted to run, but Solomon angrily kicked his legs and caused him to fall down right in front of them, and they beat him up until an elderly man came and pursued them. He picked Khalid up and took him to his house to help him wash, and gave him some clothes to wear. The man is popularly known as Don. He got that name because of how rich and lavishly he lives. Another popular quality of his was that he was unmarried despite being in his early 50s. Khalid left home and full of guilt, he peeped through the small space between their home's gate and the wall. When he made sure no one was there, he entered and moved towards the living room. Upon entering the living room, Khalid's eyes sparkly and wide open when he saw Ustaz Sufyan, his teacher at Islamia, sitting in the one-sitter chair beside the TV. Khalid was both surprised and terrified as he greeted his teacher. Immediately, he knew that the teacher came to check on why he was absent for a long time. Ustaz Sufyan left less than a minute after Khalid entered. Auntie Lami furiously started shouting at Khalid. When she noticed his face, she immediately asked him about what happened. Khalid knew that there wasn't any way out. Therefore, he told her everything regarding the bullying, training, and missing Islamia classes. That night, Auntie Lami at the same time complimented him for the defense, and at the same time warned him against taking such risks again. Khalid had to stay at home for 3 days because of his wound. On the 4th day, when going to school this time, he went with Uncle Mustafa, his aunt's husband, who reported the issue to the school's principal. The principal called Mr. Brown and told him everything. Mr. Brown for the first time called out Imran and his clique in front of the class. He addressed and punished them severely until they apologized to their victims and promised not to do such an act again. Life continued normal, and after some weeks, school closed. The next day, Samira was picked up from Premier College, a boarding school. Upon seeing her, both Khalid and Solma ran and hugged her. All of them were happy. She moved and hugged her mum, who was preparing breakfast in the kitchen. After days of sleeping and resting, Samira resumed her hobby of teaching. She taught Khalid and Samir both Islamia and formal school subjects. It was during the same break that Khalid's mum visited him for the first time. Even though he didn't know her well as he left her when he was very young, he was happy to meet her and they discussed intensely about his dad, village, and so on. She spent less than a week and went back. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. You can leave your comments below. If you want the written version, you can buy it on Amazon or read it for free on my website. Find both links below. See you in the next episode, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share with others.